What is going on, guys? Ted here with the A-Team. Welcome to Formative Film School. Today I'm here with Andy Rydzewski. Andy Rydzewski is an amazing DP that has shot commercials for Visa, shot episodic TV, feature films, you name it. He's basically done it all. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe to the Aperture channel. Today we're going to go over how to do that 80s look through lighting.
First one was a reference from Stranger Things, and we started with a key light in the video game itself on the screen that was an LS1 dialed to tungsten and going through double unbleached muslin. Unbleached muslin is warmer. We doubled it up, so tremendously soft, which is great for actors. Second light was a 120D into the background, not really doing anything for the actors. It had a Storaro blue, a Storaro Azure, which is a very rich blue to give us this feeling of like a retro, an 80s arcade. So the third light is sort of extending what we started with the second light, another 120D, but this one was going into the ceiling, which is white tile, and it was to fill the space a little bit. We had a blue gel on there. So the next light was another 120D into a bounce, and that was really to kind of fill in the actors, but then also a big part of it was the arcade game itself was too dark, and so it was something to bring it out a little bit so it didn't just go to black, but then it was too bright. And so we flagged it off a little bit, giving it a little shape. We didn't flag off the whole thing. We found a little line in there. So the last light is a 300D that we had out the window with Storaro Orange, which is another very saturated light. And that was really to create depth and more color contrast. Having something else, just a little taste so that it goes warm, cool, warm. Next one is Scott Pilgrim. They had a much larger space, ours was much tighter. So the next light was an LS1 armed out on a C-stand going above them. So like a fill light with some blue, and that also had some bleached muslin doubled up, so just softening. But our key was a 120D. We kicked it into this sort of slanted muslin, and then on that we taped some pink. And then on the unit itself, we added magenta just to help bring up that pink a little bit more. They're playing like a Dance Dance Revolution kind of thing, so there should be light coming up. Next light, that was a 300D outside again with Storaro Orange again to create depth. We didn't have the opportunity to create the pools of light that Scott Pilgrim had, which I really like. That's what adds depth for them. The setup was a little flat for this one. So it's that idea of just something, that one little piece to just bring it home, just some little accent.
So moving on to our final and third lighting setup, what was it?
So this was from Tron Legacy, which had multiple setups. The opening of the scene where he walks into an arcade, it's very dark with this really strong exterior light coming in. It was a 300D again, and this was with an amber on it, and we brought in some fog, some haze, really strong light. It basically plays the scene in silhouette. And so we wanted to calm that down and spread it out, and so the haze and the fog helped do that.
That wasn't the only light that you had.
It wasn't. Though. So it was a 120D into a black flag, so it's a black bounce. It makes it subtle. Without it, they're silhouette all the way. With it, it just pulls them out just ever so slightly. And that's that dance. It's all these little tiny layers of subtlety, and so it's just trying to pull them out a little, but you don't notice it.
So there's your episode of Formative Film School on how to recreate that 80s lighting look. I'm Ted from the A-Team.
Leave a comment below with your favorite 80s scene and why you like it so much.
Best comment's gonna win an Aperture M9, so make sure you think of something special. Leave it in the comments below. Make sure you follow Andy on Instagram @FilmAndy. Make sure you subscribe to the Aperture channel and hit that notification bell. And if you like this episode, make sure to leave a comment with an episode that you would like to see made. Thanks for watching. I'm Ted from the A-Team, and we'll catch you guys next time.